That man came in there 6'2" and left 5'2". It was the darndest thing I've ever seen in my life. This is another Blanchard story about my mother, true story. Mother worked at the doctor's clinic. They were at that point only being open about half a day, and then they had a restaurant, and Daddy served breakfast, and then they'd both be there for lunch. They'd shut that thing down about 2 o'clock. Well, Dad had gone to town to pick up some more groceries, and Mr. Hoot Gibson was sitting over there in the corner, and these two people walked in the door and ordered a hamburger and some french fries. Mother said, I can get that for you real quick. Do you want them to go? Yep, we do. They walked back out, and when they come back in to pick it up, they brought guns with them and robbed my mother. Took all the cash and turned around and fled. Mr. Hoot Gibson was going to chase them down and be a hero. He was about 5'4". And Mother tackled Mr. Gibson before he got to the door and said, no, they'll kill you, Hoot. You can't be, don't you go through that door. Well, call the police, and in 30 minutes, they brought the kids back up there and said, Miss Duke, is this them? She said, yeah, that's them. Said, well, we got all of your money back, and we've got them right here. We're taking them to the jail, and will you prefer charges? Yes, I'll prefer charges, she said, and did so. And she called every week to the district attorney's office to see what was going on with those people that robbed her. And after about 3 months, one of those district attorneys, Mother had gone up there to find out about it, and that district attorney said, well, Ms. Duke, what we did is, because the court system is so jammed up with cases, we charged them with attempted armed robbery, and we gave them sort of a reduced sentence, and that's what we did. And my mother's a little bit plain spoken, and she said, have you ever had a gun stuck in your face cocked? And that guy said, well, of course not. She said, well, I have, and there's no attempt about that. That's a real armed robbery. You've made me mad. Except she said it in a different way. She stormed out of there and went on back to the cafe and finished up the day. And about 9 months later, that same district attorney decided he was running for district attorney. I don't guess he remembered everything, but he came to the cafe because there's already 40, 50, 60 people in that cafe at lunchtime. Had a great reputation. Everybody came there to eat, especially construction people. That guy walks in there and looks down at my mother and said, well, hi there, ma'am. I'm da-da-da-da, and I'm running for district attorney, and I'd like your vote. And my mother said, oh, I remember you. Come here with me for a minute. And she grabbed his hand, and they walked to the center of the cafe. And Jack Miller was sitting right there in that chair. And Mother said, Jack, could I borrow your chair for a minute? And Jack said, well, sure, Miss Duke. And he pulled the chair back out. I'm going to stand up in it if you would help me, Jack. And he helped her stand up in that chair. And she goes, I need your attention. Everybody put their forks and knives down and in unison said, yes, Miss Duke? She said, y'all remember when those son of a guns robbed me? Oh, yes, Miss Duke, it was a horrible thing, they all said. Well, this is the son of a gun that let him get away with it, and I'm going to tell him to get out of my cafe, and anybody that's planning on voting for this son of a gun, y'all get out too. That man came in there 6'2" and left 5'2". It was the darndest thing I've ever seen in my life. I guess you could say my mother was plain spoken. Think about it as you will.
Hope you enjoyed today's episode of Horse Stories on Global Horse Network. We'd like to thank this month's sponsor, Snafflebit Clothing Company, for all your horse and apparel needs. Visit them on the web at snafflebitclothingcompany.com. If you like what we're doing or you don't, make sure that you put it in the comments below, because there's nothing I like better than to aggravate somebody like a sand burr under your saddle pad. Be sure to share our stuff on all the social media platforms, because that's what all the cool kids are doing. Be sure to subscribe if you like what we're doing. If you want to be notified whenever we're posting new content and some kick-ass stuff, click on the notification bell. If you like what we're doing, click the like button. If you hate what we're doing, click that bad boy twice, because there's nothing that I enjoy more than a good hater. And as always, ride hard, be safe, and have fun.